Alright, I want to preface this video by saying, just because I don't know, sometimes I feel self-conscious about the things I say in my videos sometimes, and not because I am woke or anything, right? I want to clarify that when I use the word I use it as a universal term, it doesn't matter if it's a man or a woman. If I find a person to be particularly annoying or just a straight up asshole, I will call them a bitch no matter what gender, I don't know why it's just been kind of just on my mind recently. Again, not just because I'm woke or because I'm a liberal or anything. Again, I am apolitical, maybe left, a little bit left leaning, but again, apolitical, right? I kind of just wanted to throw that out there just because, I don't know, I feel like, especially when talking about denims, I use that word a lot. But with that being said, welcome aboard my Mexican Pirate Crew. Today we are talking about, yes, denims. One of the most annoying people I find on the internet, one of the biggest Hassan orbiters, just a nuisance to the online streaming sphere. If you do not know who Denims is a streamer with, I'm not sure how many followers. I'm sure it's like, I want to say probably around the 500K range. Maybe, I could be wrong. She could have like a million followers and I just wouldn't know, right? But she is a Hassan overbirder, like I already said. She follows a lot of things that Hassan has said and stuff like that. And I even like talked about this in my Ethan Klein rant, right? Denims needs to start having a mindset of her own, She needs to actually like kind of gather her own thoughts, look at her own stuff and gather the evidence herself instead of using Hassan as a source, instead of using someone she like aspires to be as a source, You actually use your own brain, use your own critical thinking. Don't become a hive mind, where you're just like, "Ah, yes, let's latch onto this one thing and keep using it against this certain person," and with the whole like Ethan Klein lawsuit going on, right? I do have mixed feelings about it. I will say I personally do have mixed feelings about it. The way I see it, the way that Denims, Casey Tron, and other people have used Ethan Klein's content nuke have been very malicious. They've been trying to steal it. They've been trying to just not really put their own commentary over it. And I feel like that is a valid means to copyright strike them, because I feel like the bare minimum I would want as well is for people to actually give their opinions, even if they don't like the things that I'm saying, the things that I'm doing within the videos. Like, I would want them to say that and actually commentate over my videos instead of just like having basically just re-uploading it to their own channel, which is just like, that's such a scummy thing to do. When I post the clips, I at least try to link the person down in the description below, and usually it's like a third party. Like, let's say if I want to get a clip from Wings of Redemption, I go to Breaking Banquet for their stuff, or say that I want to get something for DSP, I go to Duty Streams for some like a clip of his or something, right? But it's just like, bro, you can't be trying to maliciously steal these people's content without, like, yeah, actually at least having your own commentary somewhat, Like, even if you just pause the video every once in a while and just like, Ethan Klein bad, Ethan Klein no good, he has no good point here, like, that would be perfectly fine, But the fact that most of you, the Casey's Tron especially, just like sits there, smokes or eats or does whatever and lets the video play, nothing said whatsoever, is just like baffling to me. It's just like, wouldn't you at least try to react, as a content creator, you're supposed to make, well, content. I know that Denims relies on her, it's on those Gooner gamers way too much, let's face it. But there's only so much that you can show, Denims, There's only so much that you can show on Twitch. And I know that you have an OnlyFans for your Gooners, which I find funny that she's one of the ones that called you on head a pick-me girl when she has a literal OnlyFans, being a actual pick-me girl, so that way guys can pay for her spicy pictures or whatever. Which I just, like, I've always said, I have nothing against sex workers whatsoever. I never want my words to be construed in a way that I like have a problem with sex work. If you want to make a bag by showing off your body, do it. Yeah, more power to you, whatever, right? But when it comes to Denims, she's like, shaming. She is shaming people for like all this like shit for being a pick me and shit. But she is literally showing off her body to millions of people. And again, I have no problem with that whatsoever. If she wants to do that to make money, make your bag. But also realize that you're a hypocrite when you talk about pick me girls and stuff, because you are a pick me girl, whether you like it or not. You are going to be a pick me girl, and even the eyes of the most like woke person in the world, right? They could at least see the fact that you are an OnlyFans girl. That doesn't diminish you as a person at all, like whatsoever, right? But that does like make your point a lot less valid, is what I'm trying to get at. When it comes to people like Denim, she would of course misconstrue my words and be all like, "Oh my God, look at this sexist calling me all these things, calling me all these words, saying that I only fan gooners only come to my channel or whatever." Like, yes, it's factual. I'm sorry to say, but again, even the most woke person can see that a lot of gooners come to you so that way they can crank one out to your live stream. Believe it or not, like they don't come for your political opinions. Or a lot of them do come to your streams to go harass other people and send skulls to other streamers' house, apparently, right? But they are like, I don't know what is so like hard to understand, that your fans are legitimately either psychopaths or gooners. They're like, there is no in between. They are psychopaths just like looking for a reason to go after all of these innocent people who have only like made commentary on these other people, something that people like Denims can't do, right? But then they have their audience basically go harass them, right? They always talk about how they're getting harassed and they have harassment campaigns after them or whatever, when in all reality, sorry, I touched my mic, but in all reality, right, it's the other way around. They are making harassment campaigns from other people. Hassan always like digs on Pegasus, like trying to slander him in any way he can, which is just like vile. It is just disgusting. And I'm sure that there's other like sloth tubers who are getting slandered too. Sensitive Society is probably getting slandered somewhere. WestJet, I know, is getting slandered somewhere. Hell, even maybe me. Even people are probably just like, "Oh, look at this motherfucker. He is a racist, sexist, all this shit. Like, motherfucker, he calls women a bitch. He calls them a bitch, guys. He is the most sexist motherfucker I have ever seen in my life." Yep. You guys got me. I am, as a matter of fact, worse than all these people that I talk about. No, but in all reality, right, Denims is just like the most annoying person in the world. And I feel like I would be less annoyed of her, right, if she wasn't an orbiter. If she actually had her own critical thing. And again, I think I talked about this in the Ethan Klein video, right? But if she had her own critical thinking, and even if they were extremist like ideologies and viewpoints, I would kind of like respect her a little bit more, because then it would at least be her viewpoints. It wouldn't be piggybacking off of someone else's viewpoints instead of, I don't know, being all like, oh, I actually do not support Hamas and their terrorism. I would actually be like, you know what, Denims, good on you for actually not supporting terrorism and going against Hassan for once. Like, I applaud you. But I'm like, that's just never gonna happen. Like, in a perfect world, everyone would be able to criticize everyone, and everyone would just be okay with it. They would be able to take that criticism at face value. But of course, Denims, when it comes to criticism, will never take any criticism at face value, and she's going to continue to be stuck in her ways, and that's just how it's going to be. She will always be known as the female Hassan. But yeah, with all that, hopefully you guys did enjoy this video. If you guys did, remember to hit that like button. If you guys did not like this video, be sure to hit that dislike button. And if you guys are new and enjoy my content, be sure to subscribe with notifications on to never miss a single upload. Also, if you guys have any suggestions of what other videos I should do, let me know by hitting me up on any of my social medias, or even just commenting it down below. That also helps. But let me know what kind of videos you guys would want to see. But yeah, with all that being said, hopefully y'all enjoyed, and until next time, adios.